Hello Taurus, Elsie here with a bonus read. How are you, my friends? I hope you are well. Hello my bull gang. I'm grateful that you're here. Thank you so much for deciding to click here. If you're brand new, I hope you'll stay. I hope you'll hit that subscription button and stay with us here at 10 of Cups Tarot. And yeah, we're just gonna do a reading here. Whenever I come back to do a bonus read, if you've never been here before, I don't date or time it. I intend for this reading, my intention is for it to be current energy or energy for the future for some of you. It's never going to be past energy, but I just come here a few times a week to drop some energy on you, Taurus, because you just eat those readings up so quick. I've got to keep you in readings, my friends. Here we go. Let's figure out what's going on. We've got the journey. What's this? It says, it's time to prepare for a journey, Taurus. It may be impromptu or unplanned. Either way, make sure you're ready when the time comes. Pack your passport now. So for some of you, I think you're going to a magical place that you've never been before. You could have booked a holiday for some of you, but I think for others of you, the journey is really this time to prepare for the journey. I feel like this is it might be a journey of love. It could be a journey of friendship. Look, it doesn't have to be traveling, right? It could be for some of you. It does say pack your passport now, but for some of you, this could be a journey that you've been wanting to take for a long time. Like I said, it could be with a person. It doesn't have to be just traveling, but it could be traveling. Bottom of the deck, we have hope. It says hope is always there, even if we can't see it. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. So I want to say that it's the end of a bad cycle or a really hard cycle for you, Taurus. We are looking at this rainbow, right? Hopefully you can see it. There's no glare. We've got this rainbow and we've got a dove up here. We have somebody here who is, it's like they can't believe it. They can't believe that this hard cycle is finally over. Okay, we'll just leave that there for now. Let's get one of these, then we'll look at some tarot, Taurus. Tell me about Taurus, please. What else do we need to know? We have self-esteem. Oh, good. It might be a journey of self-esteem for some of you. It says, I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. So it could be that somebody here has decided to go on a journey of the self, of self-esteem, of figuring out yourself. And for some of you, I feel like that's what we're looking at here, adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. So I feel like this is your challenge here, self-esteem. And a lot of the times I could be talking to a lot of people who know a lot of things about self-esteem, but when you look around in your life, what are you doing in your life that dictates that you do have self-esteem? Are you taking care of yourself on the outside? Are you taking care of yourself on the inside? Are you practicing self-care? Are you practicing keeping boundaries with people who you know are only coming in to use you for money or time or to live at your house or for you to cook for them or clean for them? Like, it's time for you to get your boundaries straight here, because it says here to prepare, right? It says this could be impromptu or planned, but either way, it says make sure that you're ready when the time comes. So I think that this energy here is telling some of you that it's time for you to look at, to really sort of go over yourself about the self-esteem. Like, are you letting people take advantage of you just because you're scared to be alone? Do you keep serial dating just because you want a +1, but it never works out? Those are boundaries. It's time to get some self-esteem and learn how to be by yourself, right? All right. Let's take a look here. You will gain a lot of self-esteem by being by yourself. You will. If you decide just to not date for 6 months, not even think about it, look at it, if you do that and pay attention to you, this journey of self-love or self-esteem will show itself. It will change your life. All right. We've got the 3 of Swords. We've got the 4 of Swords in the reverse. We've got the 9 of Wands. We've got the 4 of Pentacles. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. We've got some sort of decision that you need to make in the future here, the very near future. So here it is. I feel like it is a journey of self-esteem. Look, we've got the Three of Swords here. I feel like I kind of was hitting it on the head when I was talking about a serial dater. So you might be the person who doesn't like to be without a person, that you don't like to be alone with yourself and your thoughts and your feelings and all of that. And it's time for that now. It's time for you to figure out yourself before you start giving yourself away to other people. So we have the Three of Swords, and I want to say that you're holding on to heartbreak or heartache, and so, or disappointment. And it feels like you keep holding on to it because you haven't resolved it yet. We do have the Four of Swords, which is in the reverse, which tells me that you're ready to reconnect to people again. We do have the Ace of Swords, which is in her hand. So she has questions or needs clarity about having the heart broken. The Three of Swords is here. So I feel like what you don't do is you don't get complete clarity about why things break up. Now, people will say that to me all the time. I don't know why it broke up, Elsie. I have no idea why that person left. Well, maybe it's that you're unaware. Maybe that you don't have self-awareness. And it's time to look at what you need to do in order to be aware. So I feel like for somebody, you're carrying around disappointment or heartbreak. And so you're grabbing these bags of disappointment that you've been carrying around, and you're taking it into every relationship with you. And so it's almost like you feel like it's going to end before it even starts, because you got a chokehold on the Three of Swords, right? Like you're just not letting go of the Three of Swords. I want to say for some of you, it feels like, I want to say that if you have been in a place where you've been moving really slow, things have been moving really slow. It feels like with the Queen of Pentacles that I want to say that you're the person who overgives. And so when it comes down to it, it's like you get into a relationship and you start overgiving and overgiving and overgiving. So it's you that makes the other person interesting. So they're interesting to you. And what you don't recognize is they're not really giving back. What they're doing is they keep taking. Right? But they're not really giving back to you. But because you are the Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, because you are the Queen of Pentacles, you're like, no, everything's okay. We've got a lot of abundance. We're solid. We're grounded. We're dependable. This is a good connection. But it's really you that's bringing it all. What you're getting from it is the Nine of Wands. It's like somebody else is ready to head for the door. It's like it's almost over already. Well, you're enjoying having someone to take care of and love on because that's who you are. I feel like that the other person's ready to head for the door and you're like, I don't know what happened. What happened? Everything was going fine. Well, I don't think it was that everything was going fine. I think that everything was going fine for you. So, and you can't really give somebody more of, if you keep the way to keep them in your life is not by giving them more of what they don't appreciate. And I feel like you have someone here who just didn't appreciate it and was ready to head for the door. We do have the Knight of Pentacles here. And I feel like, you're like, look, when I make a reconnection here, I move really slow. I'm very aware. I go over the details. I don't want to make sure nothing's out of place. But I feel like it's like a problem with perfection, maybe, that you go so slow that it's a problem with perfection, because I feel like when you get into the relationship, you already feel like it's done, or you feel like it's not going to work. Something has to change here, and you need to make a different decision about how you're handling romantic things. I feel like maybe somebody I'm connecting with here might have a habit of getting into codependent relationships where codependency is where you have to be with that person 24/7. So you can't go a day without texting. You can't go a day without getting a daytime or a nighttime text. And I want to say that you're really stuck. That you're kind of stuck in this codependent energy. I feel like you're going to have to make a decision. The universe is forcing you to find some boundaries, because there is something that you're going to have to jump into as a leap of faith. It's the moment of alchemy here, and things are about to change. Like, I really feel like, Taurus, everything is about to change. The Wheel of Fortune is here. And I think that you know it already with the High Priestess here, that you've been quiet about it, but you know that something is about to change. There is a new beginning coming here, or a leap of faith that you're going to be taking, and it is the moment of alchemy. It's supposed to happen at this time, this divine time, this fated time. I feel like the universe is forcing you to make a decision about getting some boundaries. You're at the Two of Wands here. You're at the crossroads. You want to make a decision to go out there, find a partner, find a new job, find whatever the new thing is, to have an adventure of some sort and do something you've never done before. But we do have the 5 wands here, and it tells me that the reason that you hold back with indecision is because you feel like there's too much competition for that person or that job or the thing that I want to do. So it does feel like that there has to be some changes here. I want to say that with the devil here, it feels like it's fear and denial, and it feels like you need to spend some time with you. You're going to have to make some sort of a really big decision because something is going to change. The universe is forcing your hand, Taurus. That's what's happening here. The universe is forcing your hand. Yeah, you need some boundaries so you don't end up with this again. So you don't end up in this codependent sort of relationship. But listen, I feel like it doesn't feel like codependency to you. It feels like you're just gushing and loving and taking care of, and like you love to do things and cook for people and all that kind of stuff. Okay, let's clarify just a little bit. Why is the 3 of Swords here, please? First of all, let's find out what this journey is. Tell me about the journey. Tell me about the journey for Taurus, please. I want to say that there's somebody here I'm connecting with. You're like, but I'm very careful. I'm very careful. I'm very planned. I know how I want it to go. But I feel like it feels like it's all on your side, though. I want to say that you have all these ideas about how this is supposed to go, whether this is a relationship or a new job. Maybe it's job after job after job. You can't find something you're happy with. Tell me about the journey. We have the Hermit. We have the Knight of Wands. And we have the Strength. Yeah, you got to stop charging at things. I feel like you have to stop making things happen. You have to stop pursuing. You have to stop like pushing things that in a direction where they're not supposed to go. I feel like the self-esteem card is telling me that you just need to let things be. It says here, I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others, and you do. You are quite psychic as this earth energy is, right? Not Scorpio, but Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, they're all very connected to the earth, and they feel vibrational stuff through the earth. So the Strength here tells me that you're supposed to hold back, to stop charging at things like the Knight of Wands. That's why things end up being temporary, because your passions are taking over and making you run for whatever it is you're running for. We have one wand in the hand of the Knight. We have the 9 of Wands here. It feels like you're carrying around heavy burdens about it's almost like you feel that you're not attractive enough, or you don't have enough passion, or it's not you. It's not you at all. I don't think it is. I feel like it's the situation and how it unfolds the same way every time. You need a different pattern. You need to notice your patterns. So I feel with the Hermit energy here, it is saying exactly what I said. Here, you have to learn how to be alone with yourself first. You have to learn how to be alone with yourself and find your light before you're going to be able, you need to embark on this journey of self. And it has nothing to do with anything except you need to figure out where your light is. Where are you the brightest? What's making you the happiest? It's time for you to be with yourself instead of charging at things. It's time to hold back. It's time to hold back a little bit here. Yeah. Tell me about the self-esteem here for Taurus. So that means that you don't have to believe every thought that comes through your head. You can choose which ones to believe, and you also don't have to believe anytime anybody is attracted to you. You don't have to go along with it. You're allowed to sit here with your pentacle energy, hold back, and watch them. Tell me about self-esteem. We have the 6 of Pentacles, we have the 10 of Pentacles, and we have the Tower. So it does say, I possess the gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. And it comes up with the 6 of Pentacles first, because you're the charitable one. You're always engaged in some type of charity, whether you're giving advice or giving food or inviting friends over or making a party. You're the person who brings everyone together. Whatever it is, you're the one who is giving the most, and everyone else is breadcrumbing you. We do have the 10 of Pentacles here. You probably do it because you're abundant and you like to share, right? You like to share because the 10 of Pentacles is here with the 6 of Pentacles. I feel like you have an overabundance, and when you do, you like to share with people. We do have the Tower here, though. There is something that's changing. Something is changing. Tell me about the Tower here. We have the 4 of Pentacles, we have the 6 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands in the reverse. And so I think it's saying, again, I feel like you will have the most victory by just being by yourself. The 4 of Pentacles, shut off, shut down. I'm not being vulnerable. I'm not giving you my time or my energy. You have this realization that you've been the overgiver in every situation, every friendship, every relationship, and it feels like you're not about it anymore. That you're trying, it feels like you're just not going to be the one who does all the work, makes the happy home. It feels like you've decided that your victory is in the 6 of Wands. It's in, coming back from something that really hurt you back there and gaining victory over a situation, and you're stepping over some sort of a finish line. And I feel like the finish line is telling you to stop giving so much to everyone else, because when it comes down to it, I don't think they give it back. I feel like when you really need a hand or help, or you really need someone to be your stability, when you're feeling a little unstable, I don't feel like there's anyone here. And I feel like the 3 of Swords is telling me that you're holding on to the 3 of Swords because this cycle keeps repeating itself. Tell me about this. We have the Page of Wands, we have the King of Pentacles, and the 2 of Wands. So it says right there, anytime someone calls, there you are, Taurus, you're ready to go, right? Anytime someone calls, you're ready there with all of your balance and abundance and your overabundance. You're just waiting for someone to call you and say, hey, can you love on me? Can you cook for me? Like you're waiting for someone to invite you in. We do have the 2 of Wands here. And it tells me that you need to make a big decision here. You need to make a big decision. And I think what the decision is that with the 3 of Wands here, that you need to start waiting for people to come to you. I think that you are the person who's always there with bells on, always making the party, taking care of friends. And I feel like it never works out in your favor here. That you are holding on so tightly to the 3 of Swords, because this is a pattern for you that keeps going and going and going. Why do we have the 4 of Swords in the reverse here? I feel like you're releasing something. That's what this feels like. We've got the Ace of Swords, we've got the Star, and we've got the Judgment card. So you're making a really big decision, and we've seen that in the very near future. I feel like you're making a big decision to release something. I feel what you're doing is you're going to stop watching other people. The Page of Swords is here. That's the watcher, the one who's trying to learn. It's almost like you're sort of obsessed with how can I be of service? How can I be in your... I feel like you need to step back and start watching people. People will tell you anything you need to know about them if you're just quiet and you watch. I love to sit in the mall, and I don't go there to buy things. I just go to walk around and watch people. People will tell you anything you need to know about them when they don't know you're in the room. So I think what you're supposed to say is I think what this is saying is you're supposed to release this energy here. And I feel like you're supposed to take a step back and watch people. Watch how they move. Watch what they do. Instead of engaging as the Queen of Pentacles and wanting to give and give and give, watch who they are. See the decisions that they make. I feel like with this 4 of Swords in the reverse, it's like you're releasing these thoughts that you have about yourself, that your position in other people's life is to bless them with your abundance. And yeah, absolutely, it would be true that you do want to bless people with your abundance. But what happens when they run for the door? Right? Because I feel like with the 9 of Wands here, it feels like you get hurt every time. 3 of Swords, 9 of Wands, it feels like you get hurt every time. And you're going over it like, what is wrong? Like, what's going on here? And why do I keep getting hurt by these people here? Tell me about the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, it's something that you're missing here. It's something that you're missing here, and it feels like things are not as they seem. I want to say that you keep getting hurt because things are not as they seem. It's like the moon gets involved, and then you really can't see the situation for what it is. And before you know it, you're in this regret and you have unfinished business. It's like they leave you to your own devices. I want to say, if I could say this, and look, Taurus, I feel like you're too loving. Look, I know it sounds silly, but I feel like you're the person who is very blessed in your life with stability and pentacle wealth, or material wealth of some sort. And I feel like you feel it's your responsibility to help everybody out of their tough spot. But really it gets to the point where you start to service people, but they're not really giving anything back. In fact, you end up with all of these burdens here. And they leave you in regret with unfinished business and not really knowing what went on. What happened here? I don't really understand why this thing ended here. Page of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles. Yeah, you end up being left out in the cold here, and up in your head about why you've been left with all the burdens. Look, I feel like what's happening here is there is going to be some really big changes here. It feels like there's going to be some really big changes about the way that you interact with people, and we've got all these major arcanas here. The Judgment card is about making some sort of a big decision that's going to send you on a different path, a different trajectory. You're jumping in with the leap of faith, and the Temperance here to say it's time. It's time for divine timing, something to change. It's the moment of alchemy where something here has to change, and you need to take a different direction. Because I feel like although you feel that you're doing the best that you can to help everybody, it really is just putting you into a position of getting taken advantage of. And you can't really give things to people and then say, well, you took all that stuff. Aren't you going to give me the kudos? Like, you can't give people things and then say, all I've done for you. You know what I mean? So I feel like you need to make a change in your life. It's time to put up some boundaries here. It's time to put up some boundaries. And tell me about this Judgment, the Fool, and the Temperance. Ten of Wands, you're dropping burdens, and now you're speaking out because I feel like you're having some type of a breakthrough here. The Sun is here, which tells me that you're in a growth spurt, spiritually, in your career, in your life. I feel like you are in some sort of a big growth spurt here, and I feel like you're having some sort of a realization, and you're about to be really clear with people that they leave you with burdens. They leave you at your time of need. I feel like that's the big change you're making. This new door that you're walking through here, because you have this unfinished business, this doorway you're walking through here, this moment of alchemy, tells me that you are going to lay it out flat for anybody that comes to you, because you're about to set up some pretty damn good boundaries here. You're not letting people pass the boundaries. Essentially, I want to say, like, I'm going to give you a scenario, like say you're a baker, right? You're a person who makes beautiful pastries and cakes. And it's like, nobody really comes around to do anything unless you're having a party where you're feeding them pastries and cakes, or if they think that they can get a free cake out of you or free pastries. But any other time, they're not around. Nobody's anywhere to be found. It's all crickets. So I think you need to stop overgiving, and I know that that's really hard for you because you are a very giving and charitable person. But I feel like you need to start using your words. There's some sort of a realization about you dropping your burdens and going on some sort of a different path after making a really big decision that changes your trajectory, and I think it's because you're making boundaries. Got the Five of Wands, but you're going to fight yourself on it first because you're going to feel terrible. Look, setting up boundaries is not a fun thing. And when you set up the boundaries, it's not for them. It's for you. It's for your own self-esteem, which is what we have under here, the card of self-esteem. It's for your own self-esteem. You can allow people to be who they are, and then you set the boundaries on you to say, okay, well, you can't cross that boundary. No, I'm not giving you a free cake. No, I'm not inviting you over and cooking all the food and buying all the liquor and inviting everybody to my house and taking on all the expense. I'm not doing that for you anymore. But if you want to do it, I'll show up to your party. I'll probably even bring a cake. Do you know what I mean? Like, those are boundaries here. So, okay, I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to leave it right there. Thanks so much, Taurus, for watching. I'm going to go for now. I hope somebody needs to hear this. Let me know. Love you guys. Bye-bye.